name is Jalen Garmon, and this is my life story so far. I was saved at the age of 6 at Gospel Temple Missionary Baptist Church in Wrightsville, Arkansas, where my family still attends. And growing up in Arkansas in the Bible Belt, church was honestly a once a week thing in my house. I didn't have a bad family, I have a great family. There's nothing I was lacking for materially, but and it wasn't anything so much as there was disharmony in the home. It was just empty, it was void. Jesus was not the center of my household. From Sunday evening till Sunday morning, but from Sunday morning to Sunday afternoon, he was everything. And my dad still provided for us, but I was always wanting. And I had everything you could ask for as a kid. There was a toy came out, I got it. There was some shoes or whatever I might have thought about having, I got it. But I was always empty. If we went to school together, I would have been that one friend that always had to one-up you. I always had to have something that you didn't have to make up for the fact that I was a very needy kid. And what I needed from the time I was in middle school throughout my journey into young manhood was validation. I needed to know that I was a man's man. And I've always struggled with what a man is and what a man is perceived to be. And what I mean by that is, in high school, from what I saw in the world, it was about having sex, being the guy, having everybody like you. And I lost my virginity at 14. And it was terrible, it was awful. I didn't know what I was doing. I was confused, and I had to at some point tell my parents, and I couldn't look my mom in the face. Probably one of the lowest points of my life. I wanted to be a man, but I didn't know how. So I could never date a woman, I could never love a woman, cause I didn't know how to do that stuff. And I didn't ask my dad because other people were teaching me. Dad, somebody's gonna teach your son how to do things when he gets older. It's gonna happen. And if you wait for him to come to you, he just might not, because somebody in the world is offering him something and he just might grab onto that. I had to be the best at everything I did. If we were doing something, I was competing against you to beat you. And it wasn't a matter of if I could beat you, it was by the margin of victory I would have. I had to be an honor student, I had to make great grades. I was in the band, I was in the orchestra, I went to all region, all state. I did all that stuff. I played football, I became an all conference player, an all state player, and I got selected for the all-star team, and I was utterly miserable because that wasn't it. It was like I had pieces to the puzzle, but I never had the genuine article. I never had where it originates from. It was always a bit of this and a bit of that. And I went to school every day, and everybody would come and talk to me like I was the guy, like I had it all going on. And every day I'm struggling to think, how can I keep it together? How can I keep it together? My image was everything. I looked through the gospel and I was like, whatever the quickest route to Jesus is, that's what I want to take. And I found John chapter 15, verses 12 through 14. This is my commandment, that you love one another. Greater love has no man than this, than one lay down his life for his friends. You are my friend if you do what I command you. I said, that's it. I can be friends with the king. I can bypass all that other junk of, serving others, loving others, living meekly. I can just be friends with the king. I can go from being a nobody to real friends with the king. I just gotta find some friends that I can love on, and it happened. So I had 2 friends, and one was a girl, one was a guy, and we just, I don't know, it came out of nowhere. And it was the first time in my life I ever had to consider what somebody else wanted before me. I memorized scripture, but I didn't have a love for the guy who made scripture. I didn't know God, I just knew of him and of his son, but I didn't have a relationship. It wasn't deep, if it was, to get out of momentary trouble and then go back to living a life of mediocrity, because that's what I had practiced. So it's time to start picking where I'm gonna go to college. And I didn't think about school outside of high school, but I thought about playing football. I said, that's what I wanna do. I had some Division I offers, but they wanted me to play offensive line, and they don't get enough credit. They don't get their names called out, or they make a good block. But if you play defensive tackle and you get that sack, you're gonna hear your name on the loudspeaker. I turned down those schools that wanted me to come play center. I said I want to play defense. And around this time in 2011, I got a call from Coach Scott, still the defensive coordinator at UAM, and he said, "Hello, my name is Coach Scott. I want to offer you a scholarship to play defensive tackle at the University of Arkansas at Monticello." Never thought of UAM. I thought this was a 2-year school. I took my visit down here, and I had my friend Jonathan, and we toured UAM, and the coaches were nice, but they always do that on recruiting visits. And we were sitting in the team room. Coach Jackson was just talking to everybody, and we kind of talked to each other. He said, "Man, you got it made, Jay." He said, "They like you. They want you." He said, "You're going to be all right." He said, "If I had a school that would take that much interest in me," he said, "I'd go there." He said, "Just so my mama wouldn't have to worry about me anymore." And I said, "Would you come to this school?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Are you telling me the truth? You're not lying?" He said, "Yeah, I come here." I said, "Well, I'll make you a deal." I said, "I won't sign unless they sign you too." And he looked at me, he said, "You lying?" I said, "Watch me." And so Coach Jackson called me back in his office, and we went over my financial aid, how everything was gonna be paid for. He said, "So what do you think? Are you gonna commit to me?" And I said, "Well," I said, "Coach, my brother's outside, and we're kind of a package deal." And he just said, "Stop." And I started sweating. I was like, he about to kick us out, and we're gonna go back home, and I'm gonna say I tried, but he wouldn't, it didn't happen. We failed. He came, he pulled my friend in, he said, "Oh, we were recruiting you too. We just thought you had signed somewhere because both of y'all are really good. But if both of y'all are commit, I'll sign both of you." He said, "So both of y'all gonna play for me?" "Yeah, coach, we'll play for you." And we signed right then. That's when I became a bowl weaver. Until then, everything was speculation. Until then, I really didn't put anybody above me. And when I learned to in that moment, it was peaceful. I didn't have to live for me anymore. It was like, I got a great freedom. Did my pride have to die? Yeah. Did I have to put myself on the line? Yeah, but I wouldn't trade that feeling for anything in the world. It's better than making a sack. It's better than creating a fumble. It's better than blocking a kick. Because I was who I needed to be when I needed to be. I needed to be a friend. I needed to stick my neck out. I was in the cafeteria, and Rob Leonard came to me, and he's like, "I heard you preach a sermon," which was an exaggeration. I spoke at my uncle's church, and that turned into I preached. And he's like, "Well, come see me at my center." And it was the best thing that ever happened to my life. Validation as a man only comes from God. Real manhood is transferable through Jesus. And I have to deny myself every day and pick up my cross. Never thought I'd be at Pauline Baptist. Never thought I'd be in Monticello, Arkansas. Never thought I'd be a Sunday school teacher. Never thought I'd want to go spread God's gospel. Never thought I'd get over myself. But that's my journey. It was dark. Then I saw the light. It got foggy, but it's getting clearer every day.